Welcome to the Today Show. This is our flagship show. I am Unstoppable Tracy, proud to be joining you on your TV. I have lots of exciting guests. The first top of the hour, I have Julia Rimaldi with me, and she is going to share about the other Today Show channel show in Toronto and her life story. She is an extraordinary actress and full of so many other secret golden nuggets that we hope to bring out today, and some of the updates in the Toronto show. And after Julia, joining us is Kurt and Casey from USA in Milwaukee. And we're going to hear all about their show and their updates. So proud to be with everybody and really excited by all the upcoming guests. So please join myself, Unstoppable Tracy, and Julia right after this break on the Disability Channel, the Today Show on your TV. Thanks to Kojiko. Bye for now. We'll be right back.
Are you currently on ODSP? If you're interested in social media marketing, TV production, podcasting, or getting off assistance, please contact Jay Stoyan at 647-339-6847 or Jay at thedisabilitychannel.ca. The Disability Channel, showcasing abilities.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining us on the Today Show in Halton Region with the Disability Channel on your TV. Today I am so excited to invite not only a friend and a fellow actress and someone else. We both have the same drama coach at Talent Inc. It's with great pleasure I invite Secret Knowledge, I don't know if it's out yet, like Disney movie star Julia Rimaldi, and also co-host of the Today Show in Toronto on Roku. Welcome, Julia.
Thanks, Tracy. I'm really excited to be on your show.
Oh, I'm so excited to be on this show with you. It is so funny. We cross paths in many worlds.
Yes. Yeah, we started with Talent in Canada.
Talent in Canada. And now we are both these hosts of the Today Show.
Wow, how exciting is that?
Right? Will you tell us a little bit about, so I am the Today Show host on your TV with Halton Region. Can you tell the world a little bit about your show?
Okay, so my show is the Toronto Today Show.
Fabulous. And are there any updates with the Toronto Today Show you want to tell our listeners about?
Yes. So you can watch for the ads on the Toronto Star. You can watch for the TDC and Sirius XM radio, and they can apply to the accessible media courses coming to Toronto.
You're kidding. Toronto Star, Sirius XM, and now the Halton Region Accessible Media Program through the college is coming to Toronto students too. So Julia, you are now, an actress that has cameo parts in Disney. What are some of the other commercials or pieces? I know it's confidential, but are there any starring roles and commercials that you're allowed to share that you've done in the past? Some of your actress experience?
Yes, I did a voiceover for participation commercial.
Really? Well, that's extraordinary. So voiceovers, upcoming movies, commercials is so extraordinary. And now the Today Show, and you co-host that with who?
I co-host that with Nick Hurd.
And I understand you have a bit of a shout out for Nick.
Yes. I just want to shout out to Nick Hurd. I'm hoping he's doing well with his speedy recovery.
Speedy, yes. And that's so thoughtful, and that, a lot of us start as co-hosts and then branch off into our own show. And That sounds like that's something that's coming up for you too.
Yes, I'm very excited.
So I think what's interesting is most of our listeners to the Halton region, but we're all like, you're Toronto, I'm Halton region, but where is it that you live?
I live in Timmins, Ontario.
Right? And then you've got all these auditions all over Canada.
Yes, I do. I do a lot of auditions for lots of different commercials and film scene.
And how did you get into that?
Well, to get into that, I started watching a show called Born This Way, which led me into saying, well, people is differently able can do acting too. So I participated in a workshop with Talent in Canada when it came to Timmins, Ontario. So I took part in it.
And was that before COVID?
Yes, it was before COVID.
So you were in person, it was live.
Yes.
Yes. And I know we both continue to do some online coaching during the pandemic. What are you finding the pandemic impact is for Timmins?
Well, we're doing a lot of Zoom calls through Special Olympics to keep us active and mental health too.
Which is
and
extraordinary. Cooking activities. What's one or two of the meals that you got into?
Well, I got into making supper, so I've been doing different recipes. Right now, I've been making lunch by making my own baba bowls.
What's a baba bowl?
A baba bowl is where you can put anything together with rice and veggies and meat.
Rice and veggies and meat. And it's called a baba bowl. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
and I mean, we need to break for a commercial, but I wanted to ask you after the break a little bit more about the Special Olympics, because I know you're highly involved with that, and also not only an actress, but an athlete.
I am. And I also, before I went and started with Talent in Canada, I also did a documentary show called You Can't Ask That.
You Can't Ask That. And where can people watch that?
Well, you can watch that on AMI.
AMI, right? This is a cable channel. You Can't Ask That. And I think on demand there's reruns, right?
That's right.
No.
I'm on the Down syndrome episode.
The Down syndrome episode. Extraordinary. And I mean, so many people have different levels of ability on the spectrum of Down syndrome, and you're just so high functioning, people might not even know that you have Down syndrome.
Yes. I also did the TDC documentary with Nick Hurd.
You did? And what was that documentary?
That was for the Down syndrome episode for You Can Ask That.
Oh, and Nick was on that. Oh, and did you know that in months to come or years to come that you might end up co-hosting a show together at the time?
That's just incredible. I didn't know at the time, but I'm really happy.
Yeah. Wow. So, folks, I don't want to stop here. I do want to come back and learn more about Special Olympics and some more about these documentaries. So please stay tuned. Julia and I will be right back after this break on the Disability Channel, hosted on your TV in Halton Region, thanks to Kojiko, on the Today Show. I am Unstoppable Tracy, and this is Julia Rimaldi, host of the Today Show in Toronto on Roku. We'll be right back after these messages.
Are you currently on the Ontario Disability Support Program? If you're interested in social media marketing, TV production, podcasting, and or getting off assistance, contact Jay Stoyan at 647-339-6847 or jay@thedisabilitychannel.ca. The Disability Channel, showcasing abilities.
Unstoppable Tracy, host of the Today Show in Halton Region. And joining me today, if you're just joining now, is Julia Rimaldi, who is co-host of the Today Show in Toronto on Roku, but also an actress, also a cook, and also a movie star, also a voiceover actress, also so many pieces. And now I'm going to ask her a little bit about her athletic journey with Special Olympics. But before we do, a short announcement about how the Today Show is expanding into USA. We're expanding into Cleveland, and Julia shared with us before the break, watch the Toronto Star, listen to SiriusXM and the accessible media course. All of these are on www.thedisabilitychannel.ca. And there are constant updates that you want to be watching for while you're all staying tuned on Thursday for the playoffs. But I'm so excited to be joining you after the break with Julia Rimaldi to dive deeper and digging, whoopsie, to the Special Olympics, which I think is kind of where your journey started. Hey, Julia?
That's right, Tracy.
So, I mean, so many extraordinary life journey paths you've been on. But can you tell us a little bit about your involvement with the Special Olympics?
Yeah, so I'm a figure skater, soccer player, and track and field. I'm also on the Special Olympics Ontario Athlete Leadership Council, and I'm also a health messenger.
Holy tamale. So let's dial that back and talk some of those. Which is your favorite sport? You said skating, and you also said
soccer and track and field.
Soccer and track and field. A favorite?
Well, I started off in figure skating, so that's my favorite. But I also like being part of a team when it goes to playing soccer.
Yeah, right. So best of both worlds. And I've seen videos of you figure skating, and folks, she is extraordinary. What is your most difficult maneuver that you do on the ice?
Well, the most difficult move that I do is the sow-cow jump and the backspin spin.
Holy tamale. So for those of us that are new in the skating world, can you tell us a little bit about those two jumps?
Yes. So in Special Olympics, we have different jumps, spins, and field movements that we have to do.
And what is a sow-cow jump? Did I say that right?
Yes, sow-cow, yes.
Whew. What is that?
So a sow-cow jump is an edge jump.
And what's that mean, edge jump?
Well, there are different jumps for figure skating. There are edge jumps, and then there's the other jumps. I don't know the right name for it.
That's okay. So what distinguishes it as an edge jump? What are you doing to make it an edge jump?
Well, when you're on the ice, there's the toe jump, where you jump off your toe.
Okay.
And then the edge jump is you're on the edge. So you jump on the edge.
Of the blade?
Of the blade.
And then you mentioned two jumps. There's a sow-cow jump, and then the second one you told me about was?
It was the backspin.
The backspin. So what's the difference between the backspin and the edge cow jump?
Well, the difference is that's a jump and this is a spin, so it's different. You have to do rotations.
Whew. And is that a new skill for you?
I've been practicing this jump and my spin for a while now.
I bet. So, and then there are a lot of people in the pandemic are impacted. What is the Special Olympics are doing? Cooking online. Have you been able to go to an ice rink lately?
Well, when COVID wasn't started, I was able to practice 6 times a week.
6 times. Whew. And so are there exercises? How are you trying to stay top of your game so that when ice skating returns, you can rejoin again?
So I have figure skating books that I look at and I do the moves. Also, I do the Special Olympics exercises every day.
See, so hear that, folks, right? An athlete doesn't just stop. She's created reinvention to how she does her exercises. She is diligent. She has so much tenacity that she still does something every day, even in this time of this pandemic. Unbelievable. You are just so extraordinary with your not just being inspiration, but your application. You make it work. You do it. You don't talk about it, you do it, which is just really what impresses me most about you, Julia, on so many levels. And so you talked about a team, and that's what you loved about soccer. Are there things that you're able to do to maintain the team, or is that one adjusted a bit different during the pandemic?
Well, we haven't been practicing because of COVID. We just stay active in our communities and do different activities inside the house. But with soccer, I actually am part now of the Special Olympics women's soccer team based out of Sudbury.
Sudbury. So when you're doing it, you got to commute from Timmins.
That's right.
So what kind of drive is that? We all feel like, oh, that's north. But for all of us Southern Ontarians and people from around the world watching, what kind of drive is that? How far is Timmins to Sudbury?
It is, 6 hours away from Toronto. So Sudbury is in the middle of that.
Wow. And you know, a lot of our listeners are in the Halton region, which is kind of like west of Toronto, and Milton and Georgetown and a little bit of Hamilton and all the Halton region. Have you ever had any competitions or reason to be driving through all of us here in Southern Ontario?
Yes, I travel a lot for my figure skating, and I travel for soccer too.
So maybe been in Halton, Burlington at some of their ice rinks and locations.
Yes, my recent accomplishment is for figure skating, I was at the Rock the Ring tour. I got to do my solo.
So tell us more about the Rock the Ring tour. Holy cow. Wow.
So a little bit more information about the Rock the Ring tour. I got to do my solo, and I got to be on the ice with the practice and get to talk and be part of the finale with Olympic gold medalists with Patrick Chan, Scott Moore, and Tessa Virtue, and Elvis Stoico, and others from around the world.
Holy tamale. So you're like this movie star, commercial star, voiceover star, and now this Special Olympics star with all of these Rock the Ring tour. Unbelievable, with all these famous skaters. That's extraordinary. So amazing. I'm really impressed. Wow. Elvis Stoico was around in my day, and now you're with all these more current folk, which is extraordinary. So what did you do? Did you get to shake hands? Did you get to take a picture or say hello?
I got to say hello. I got to have a meal with them. And also I got to be part of the group huddle and the finale where we hold hands and we do the bow.
Woo! And tell us a little bit about your costume. I imagine it was a bit of a special one compared to what you work out in normally and train in.
Yeah, so I did my song to Fly from Avril Lavigne, and my costume was a white and gold dress with wings with Swarovski diamonds.
Swarovski diamonds. No way. And I love the idea. I can't believe that you sang Avril Lavigne's song. It's so perfect with the wings. because you're singing about to fly. Holy cow. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I kind of want you to do a little line. Is that, do you need to warm up? Is that something I can ask you to do spontaneously? Can you sing a verse or a line or?
I'm not very good at singing, so I'm going to wait.
Okay. Well, and look how humble she is. She was good enough to even do it at the ring, but she needs to be a professional. And this gets reached out to many. So extraordinary. And so, who is probably the most famous person you've ever met in all your tours? Either Special Olympics or acting, or you're speaking in interviews. I know you've done lots of media like TV and newspapers and all these things too.
Well, the big celebrity that I met was definitely Tessa and Scott.
Yeah.
And also Patrick Chan.
And Patrick Chan, right?
Yes. And when Stars and Thunder came to Timmins, I got to meet Bryan Adams.
You met Bryan Adams? Like,
yes,
face
and
face.
Carly Rae Jepsen.
Wow! Oh, wow. So you got to meet these guys. Did you know their music beforehand?
Yes, I knew their music beforehand because I was fans of both of them.
Oh, that's great. So who would you say is your favorite singer of today? Who you been listening to during the pandemic?
Well, lots of Avril Lavigne, for sure.
Yeah.
I've been a huge fan for a very long time.
Beautiful. And I mean, and if you watch Julia's past story and her journeys, you see her looking more and more professional to the professional that you see today with her beautiful dress and necklace. Is there a story with your necklace, or is this just good professional TV jewelry?
Yes, it's for TV.
Your TV jewelry. Nice. Well, amazing. And have you always lived in Timmins, Julia?
All my life.
All your life. And is it okay to ask if you have any brothers or sisters?
I do. I have a brother. I have an older brother.
Older brother. Does he look like you?
A little bit.
Little bit. Brown hair. Yeah.
Yes.
And is he also into drama and an athlete?
Well, my brother was an athlete for sure, but he wasn't really into drama.
Not so much. And what was his sport of choice?
Well, he did lots of different sports like soccer, hockey, and track and field, and football.
Nice. A real athletic family. So I hate to end this video short because I have 1,000 more questions. But if people want to learn more about Julia, how do they find you? Because go ahead.
Well, you can definitely find me on the Canadian Down Syndrome Society. I'm on the VADA committee. And also the Special Olympics, Ontario and Canada.
And then how do people watch for you and your show that you're currently hosting with Nick?
So it's the Disability Channel.
.ca. Extraordinary. So be sure to tune in. And Roku, it's a free app as well. They can find TDC, a channel on Roku, and they can catch past episodes and upcoming episodes with Julia and Nick, and watch out for Julia's potential own show in the near future. Julia, thank you so much for joining us today. Follow her, check her out. You can find out more about her on the disabilitychannel.ca, as well as visiting. One more time, where do they visit to find you?
Special Olympics Ontario and the Canadian Down Syndrome Society.
Beautiful.
And the Disability Channel.
And Disability Channel now. You're like all over the place. So thank you for joining me, Julia. And I am looking forward to watching your upcoming shows and watching out for commercials in the Star and Sirius FM and the upcoming accessible media courses in Toronto too.
Thanks, Tracy, for having me.
Take care for now, Julia. Listeners, please stay tuned. After this commercial break, I have coming Kurt and Casey from Milwaukee, also hosting the Today Show, but in Milwaukee with the Disability Channel. So be sure to stay tuned for my upcoming guests after this short commercial break. Thanks for joining, Julia. Thanks for staying tuned, listeners. Bye just until this commercial break. Bye-bye, Julia.
Bye, Tracy.
For the episodes of Veterans Onward to Prosperity, I'm your host, Master Sergeant Retired Anna Maria Bliven, bringing you every week information, resources, and sources that help tackle the issues and situations that occur when transitioning from military to civilian life.
Would you like to donate to our employment programs? Please follow the link below to donate through PayPal. All proceeds go to our programs.
Hello, welcome to the Today Show, Halton. I am Unstoppable Tracy, also host of Unstoppable You on Roku. I am over the moon today. You have just heard from the Today Show Toronto host, Julia Rimaldi. And now we have Kurt and Casey, hosts of the Today Show in Milwaukee, USA. Welcome, Kurt and Casey.
Thank you, Tracy, for having us.
Yep, thank you, Tracy. I agree.
Now, I wanted to make sure I didn't mess up any last names. So will you be so kind as to share how I pronounce your last names? I have Kurt
Roskoff. Kurt Roskoff.
And we have Casey.
Yeah, McKay.
McKay.
Yeah.
There's not too much trouble in messing up McKay, is there?
No.
So you guys are hosts. How long has the Today Show been in Milwaukee?
Well, we've been going pretty much throughout the year with just a few episodes so far. So we did a show in January and a couple others in between there. And Casey did one with me so far, and we're waiting to do our second one. So we're ready to keep this going. It's like a pilot program, getting it going.
You're the breakthrough in USA, and now we've also got Detroit starting up. Have you guys heard about that?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I've seen it on our YouTube channel.
On your YouTube channel?
Yes.
Do you guys know anything about the Detroit show or those hosts?
I don't remember who the hosts are, but I'm with Casey that I have plugged into their programming a little bit and seen them in action. I just don't remember their names at this point.
And how do people find you? How do they find the Today Show Milwaukee? Is it through the site?
Yeah, well,
or YouTube?
Yeah, a little bit of the just general insight into the TDC Today shows for all of us is on the website, and with Milwaukee being a little bit more of a pilot program, they see it more through YouTube and other social media through that rendition. So follow the Facebook page and get it subscribing to the YouTube channel for the Disability Channel.
Woo! And then they can watch past episodes with you guys.
That's right.
So, Casey, do you remember any of your past guests or recent guests?
So our last episode, we had Jim Turk on. Jim is the host of the 12 o'clock shakedown, and he's also an ambassador advocate for the MS Society.
Wonderful. Good. I want to go about shakedown. That's so good. And MS Society as well. Really great interview. How did you end? I apologize.
Oh, no, I just said it was a great interview, yeah.
So we don't whole interview. interview, but what was like that he talked about?
I think for me, just getting to know Jim's story and his background, how he got to where he is, he's just an inspiration to me. And I love that he has such a positive attitude and keeps going no matter what challenges he faces.
God, love it. Do you want to add anything, Kurt?
Yeah, I can add that we know Jim to be a drummer, so I have fun with him, saying it's kind of cool hanging out with a rock star. So yeah, he does his music in motion pretty good. He loves with what he does on Facebook Live, and he's got a Facebook group and a Facebook page, and so I was just doing it a little bit ago. You know, I came on at this time because I had to do the shakedown first. So that's how important it is, Tracy. You don't get me till I'm done with the shakedown.
Right? I had to book the specific time. I came second to the shakedown. And no wonder with a title like that, I love that. Shakedown. And now I get to do a shakedown in deep dive conversation with you two to learn you guys and how you guys met. How did you guys meet?
Well, through our friend Jay Stoyan introduced us. Jay told me in one conversation that, you know, I've got this Casey that I'm thinking of co-hosting with you. You know, are you okay with that? And I'm like, well, we'll see what Casey's all about. And he turns out he's okay.
And Tracy, I just want to add that before I started with the Wisconsin Today Show, I was doing video editing for the Disability Channel. I still am, but I've been brought up in the world, so to speak, and had a plethora of experiences, and I'm just so grateful that there's a platform that wants to focus so much on persons with disabilities showcasing abilities. I think that's so important because you don't get that many workplaces. So it's very special that there's a workplace that is that dedicated to showcasing abilities.
That I love that you highlight that. So all of my past shows, Casey was my editor, which is neat. Do you have to edit your own shows with you and Kurt?
No, but I'll put them into the TDC Today Halton episodes, but I won't edit them for our YouTube channel. That'll be passed off to someone else.
Now that you're a famous host and star.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, that's so great. Well, I think Jay decided, okay, who are my comedians? And I might put them together. It looks like we got a couple of jokers co-hosting together, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, Casey can be a little fun, you know.
Yeah.
You know, if I miss a joke here and there, Casey, you know, just bear with me. But
yeah,
I'm working at it.
I got you.
And that's what today's show's all about, is having each other's backs. Right, I had Julia from the Today Show Toronto, and now I've got you, the Today Show Milwaukee. Now, both of you have interesting lives before you were hosts on the Today Show, and a little bit of background would be amazing. I know Kurt's background is the veteran world. Is that the background to start with, or anything else you want to share with us, Kurt?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a veteran myself personally, but yeah, a lot of what I've been able to accomplish has been through veteran programs. I've done stuff in the adaptive sports and rec world and through Adaptive Adventures based out of Colorado. They've got a tremendous veteran program that I've been able to plug into and volunteer for and learn a lot. And Casey has met a colleague of ours, Anna Maria Bliven, who has her Veterans Onward to Prosperity show here at the Disability Channel. And we participate with a Colorado Springs veteran group called VetNet. So we're doing some business networking with veteran business owners and otherwise veteran professionals. And we also partake in the Happy Neighborhood Project, which is the happiest place on earth for business people. And they have an exclusive networking Zoom session every week for our veterans. So it just goes on and on. Great stuff.
That's the other reason why it's hard to pin you down for half an hour. You've got so many things that you're hosting and volunteering with and working with.
Yeah, and Casey's been participating in this stuff. Casey earlier today was on an Onward and Upward meeting, so a team meeting. Casey cuddles up with us on Zoom, and we talk about what we're doing serving people who are experiencing homelessness. So that overlaps with what you're saying about veterans. When we have our veterans experiencing homelessness, that's a double dipper for our interests.
Yes. So Casey, what's some of the highlights from partnering up with Kurt with the station and before?
So I think one of the highlights has been being able to network with people from around the world in the Happy Neighborhood project and just letting them know the Disability Channel's motto that we are hiring people with disabilities, but also showcasing people's abilities, which is very important. And I've been able to send them some of our YouTube links so they can see firsthand what I'm experiencing, what I'm editing, how I get to host shows here and there. And it's important for me to get the word out there that people with disabilities need the exact same opportunities as anyone else, even though it might take us a bit of extra time to do things.
Oh, yeah. And on top of all of that, the advocacy and awareness raising. So, for example, you got some awareness raising about homelessness and other awareness raising opportunities. But before I find out and dig even deeper into some stories with you both, hopefully something funny as well, right after the break, if we could just take a quick commercial, but please stay tuned because we're going to hear something funny and we're going to hear more about what's going on in their worlds. So I am Unstoppable Tracy, host of the Today Show on Halton, with guests today of the Today Show hosts in Milwaukee, USA, with Casey and Kurt and Casey, Today Show Milwaukee, right after this message.
Hi, this is Dave Stevens with the Disability Channel.
An inability to break out. I'm sitting by the door on the second floor, losing my 7-year war. It's not an illusion, so why the exclusion?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's about you. So,
You say you're a disability dynamo.
Joining me, and welcome to this beautiful Travelers Championship.
I only want one accolade from you.
So my story is unique, it's amazing, but it's not anything that you guys don't have inside of you. I'm not a hero, I'm not anybody special. I'm just this guy without legs that went out, and I just did it.
Stats outweigh the Democrats, the diplomats, and the bureaucrats.
This is probably your first interview down on the ground on your butt and stuff like that?
First time ever,
All
baby.
right.
Eliminate and validate and validate and validate.
Stay with us and the Disability Channel.
Welcome back, folks. Thank you so much for joining in with the Today Show in the Halton region. Guests today, right now with me, are Kurt and Casey of the Today Show Milwaukee, USA. And we have Detroit, USA coming. And earlier today, we had the Today Show Toronto with Julia Rimaldi. And we've got a couple of jokers with us here that are not only fun-loving and focused on positive and happy, but part of driving the awareness and the gap, the things we need to close and overcome in the obstacle world so that we can be positive and happy and thriving in the work world, whether you're a veteran, whether you're a person with a disability, whether you're somebody homeless. And so I want to throw the floor out, but I don't even want to ask a specific question because I'd love for you to share what's coming to mind when I sit and share all of those things about you. What's something that you want to do a shout out about or a story that you'd like to share, either one of you?
Well, I'll jump in there. And well, when you talk about the funny stuff, a little interesting tidbit that a lot of people don't get to know about me, but we're talking about it at our Onward and Upward team meeting, is that my family and I put on water ski shows throughout the summertime. So right now we're going out to the lake, local lake here, twice a week, and we practice up for our May 31st show. Coming up here on Memorial Day, and it's something that'll be 6:30 Eastern time, or for us in Milwaukee, it'll be 5:30 Central. And we put on about an hour and a half of an activity. That's about an hour of a show with the, so within the hour and a half, there's a little bit of a break and whatever. But fun little tidbit on me is when I started this years back, we're talking like 35 years ago, when I started putting on water ski shows. I started the ski show with the role of Wally the Water Whacker. And that was a clown. I had a white painted face with the blue eyes painted and the big, like, gobbed up stick on the lips. And I was Wally the Water Whacker. Come on, everybody. We're going to go out there and ski. Let's have some fun. And I went over a jump with what we call Aluminacraft skis. Yeah. And so I flew over those and I did flips and acrobatic moves in the air, and the skis went flying. I didn't even know which way the skis were going to fly. And so that's a little something I do for fun. How about you, Casey? What's your fun tidbit?
Well, for fun, I like to play guitar. Even though I don't know any songs, I just like to do it just to pick it up and strum it. Because, again, focusing on my ability. And other than that, I like to listen to music. Actually, with the shakedown, it's been so fun because everyone dresses up and puts leis on and coconut bras and everything. So I'm like, I feel like I'm in Hawaii without leaving my home. And I think all of us are yearning for a vacation right now. So it's the perfect alternative
to a vacation. You guys are hilarious. That's so funny. Coconut bras and clown water skiers. Casey, have you ever water skied?
No, but I'd like to one day.
I think
we're gonna make that happen. So an unstoppable Tracy, you're gonna cover it. You're gonna have on this show someday in the future, Casey water skiing, and it'll be right here on this show. We're gonna make that happen. Right, Casey?
Yes. I'm all about positivity and making stuff happen. So that's amazing.
I have a little water skiing story too, where I tried it once on a knee board, and there was a bit of a back brace with a hole in the board with a dagger that was meant to be supportive water skiing. So I sat without my legs and I used my arms, and the knee board, the backboard popped out, and I fell backwards with my legs, my stumps in the air. And because there was a hole in the dagger board, water rooster-tailed out of the dagger board, and everybody on shore were applauding. They thought I was doing a stunt on purpose, which was pretty funny to be doing. So I didn't have the clown makeup, but I just love hearing the clown story because it made me think of my accidental escapade. And I can't wait to see Casey water skiing. Maybe we both have to fly down and do a live show from Milwaukee that when the travel eases up. So folks, we're coming near the time. We're not over yet, but I want to make sure that we capture how people find these funny people and your shows. So Kurt, you have some ways of being reached. What are some of the links that you mentioned that you want to be sure people connect with out there?
Well, if you want to take a further glimpse on my water skiing reference, I'm involved with the Pewaukee Lake Water Ski Club. So those 5 initials, PLWSC for Pewaukee Lake Water Ski Club. PLWSC.org is the website there. And Casey referred to the Happy Neighborhood Project. There's a couple ways you can get to the same homepage, either HNPABC.org or Happy Neighborhood Project. .com. And it's not a .org. It's hnpabc.com or happyneighborhoodproject.com. And then we also have, we were talking about Onward and Upward. So onwardupwardinc.org shows you the work that Casey and I are doing to help out the community of people experiencing homelessness.
And you know, homelessness has come up a couple times. What any key learning or awareness raising or statistic or thought that you want to do a shout out about homelessness, Casey or Kurt?
Well, Casey, go ahead right after this, but I just want to get in there real quick. Anna Maria taught us that in terms of statistics for the Disability Channel, everybody can know that 3 out of 4 people that are experiencing homelessness also would be identifying on the disability side of things as having a disability as well. So that means 3 out of 4 people experiencing homelessness are people with disabilities.
Yes. Yep. So a very, very relevant to all of us here on the Disability Channel. And for those of you in Halton region tuning in, this is true in Halton. This is true in Milwaukee. This is true all over North America. And the same statistics stand for the United Kingdom and Australia. So it's very relevant. And so something to keep top of mind. So Casey, I might be putting you on the spot, but anything that we can do to help homelessness, particularly for the 75% who identify as having a disability.
Yeah, so my big thing when I came in with Anna Maria was I just told her we need to keep spreading the word, because if no one is talking about it, nothing's going to get out there. So we need to take a lead on talking about it, and that will get other people involved, hopefully, too. And I said, from Canada, I can help with that. I'd be more than happy to help with that. And that's what I've been doing, is just spreading the word, both on homelessness and showing the abilities of persons with disabilities at the same time, because both things are vital in today's world.
Yes, 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 yes. So Kurt shared some connections with the world. Do you have any connections or suggestions on how people find you and find this show or find other causes that are really important that you want to give a shout out to, or updates that you're looking to share?
So if you go to youtube.com/the Disability Channel, you can find all our episodes there of the flagship show, the Today Show. They're all uploaded there. You can find me on LinkedIn if you want to network with me. I'd be more than happy to showcase my ability and let you know why the work I'm doing I find important, and how you can help spread the word too, because I'm very realistic in that we can all spread the word with each other, and if we do that, the world's going to become a much better place.
Yes. Casey, you were singing the praises of your guest on your Today Show in Milwaukee. But I must say, I don't like to say just inspiration, because inspiration's a lot of talk. And what I think's extraordinary about you, Casey, is you walk the talk. You apply the conversation and live it in ways that make sense. And so massive kudos for your diligence and your tenacity in taking active action and living a difference maker life on top of being a host of the Today Show Milwaukee. It's extraordinary. And I know that you're very proud of Kurt and have a lot of admiration for Kurt and are talking about Kurt in a mentorship kind of way. I don't know if any kind of compliments you want to throw Kurt's way. I promise to give you some floor time for that.
Yeah. So Kurt, just thank you for agreeing to bring me on board, and thank you for advocating for the disability community, because, as I say, one person to do it makes a big difference, and that can carry on globally very quickly if we keep doing it. So just thank you, Kurt, for being such a big advocate, and keep being you.
Oh.
You're very, very welcome, Casey, and everybody out there. Appreciate the compliments and the feedback that I'm on the right track, and I'm doing at least a couple things that are okay. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. If the water skiing show has got a few faux pas, everything else is like exponentially above and beyond. But by the sounds of it, your water skiing show is also above and beyond.
Yeah, the theme that we have this year, ironically to what you just said, is we're doing a takeoff of a little Disney animation, which is we're kind of doing Under the Ski. So the whole thing of Under the Sea, we're doing a play off of that. Under the Ski is our theme this year.
Well, as a romantic, I also love that song. So that's kind of fun. But I love, as an athlete, that you combine Disney and music and all sorts of play on words just to make it extra funny. Under the ski. Under the ski, everybody. I can hear the song in my head now.
Yeah.
That's so fabulous.
So people learn quickly that I'm a guy that craves attention. So thanks for providing me more attention.
He's so understated, and then he sneaks in with this funny, you learn, the more you spend time with Casey and Kurt, the more you laugh. I know my cheeks are sore just from spending the last half an hour with you guys, and my soul is filled by knowing what a difference you're making out there and far reaching all across North America for so many audiences in so many ways. So thank you so much for hosting the Today Show Milwaukee. Tune into the YouTube channel / the Disability Channel, says Casey, and make sure that you also investigate. Remember, PLWSC, which stands for what, Kurt? PLWSC.org is?
The Pewaukee Lake Water Ski Club.
Nice.
Pewaukee Lake Water Ski Club.
I love it. Pewaukee Lake. I was trying to remember the L. Pewaukee Lake Waterski Club.org. PLWSC.org. And Onward and Upward Inc.org, as well as www.thedisabilitychannel.ca to find all of us for the Today Show. Today in Halton Region on your TV, thanks to Kojiko, and all over North America, in Milwaukee, USA with Casey and Kurt, in Toronto with Julia Rimaldi, who was our guest for the first half of the show. And coming is Detroit, and we have guests and shows all over Ontario. I believe Julia is branching out in Timmins very soon. And I have a feeling Kurt's going to branch out all sorts of guests all over the USA one day soon. So bye for now. Any last words for our listeners?
Well, I can just add in there when we mention the Happy Neighborhood Project, Casey and I are working on something very exciting. It's called H&P Ability, and we're providing the premier example of how professionals can be more inclusive to the disability community, because we're going to get people with disabilities doing professional networking like you've never seen or heard of before.
Woo! So that doesn't include the white makeup and the blue eyeshadow this time.
Well, at least not in the initial part. Maybe someday I'll break it out to have some fun. We'll see.
The professional networking, right? We know statistically in the employment disability stats world that people with disabilities are diligent and tenacious, as you've seen with Casey and myself, and are loyal. The staff turnover is a ridiculous number. It's way higher in loyalty, and you want innovative and creative and stronger teams. There's something about having people with disabilities on your teams that increase your whole overall teamwork and your whole organization. So I'm so glad to hear that you are bringing professional networking for people with disabilities to a whole new level. And I love the name of it, Happy Neighborhood.
Yep. So we're all happy neighbors on Zoom or Restream, all this digital space. We're neighbors in the World Wide Web.
Woo! Like you two, because I believe Casey lives in Canada, right?
Yes.
So you're a Canada-USA partner.
Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And last words, Casey?
No, just I would ask people to keep advocating for people with disabilities. That is so important. We need more of that. And if we all do that, as I say, the world will become a better place. Thank you, everyone.
Nice. Advocating, capable, and reliable. You need us now. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Today Show Halton with Unstoppable Tracy, Casey, Kurt, and Julia Rimaldi, all of us with the Today Show on the Disability Channel, and today tuning in on your TV thanks to Kojiko. Bye for now, folks. It's been a great week. Watch out for us in upcoming shows.